Hello, everyone. Welcome to the NBA Rookie Showcase, where we will see the top prospects competing for a top spot in the upcoming NBA Draft. This is Kevin Harlan alongside my friends Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg.
And Kevin, you know, this is a game I always look forward to. I mean, there's excitement and anticipation. There's such a great concentration of young talent. This really begins the process for these young men of kind of measuring themselves against the best players in the world. So I'm looking forward to it.
Man, keep in mind, guys, you know, scouts and GMs have watched these players all season long. So this game is very important, but it's really just one more piece of the puzzle.
So let's take a look at the State Farm starting lineup for the Stars. Myers Leonard is out there with Thomas Robinson. Then there's Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Then there's Bradley Beal. And it's Lillard in at the point guard position. And for the elites, Orton in at shooting guard. Anthony Davis is out there with John Henson. And it's Kendall Marshall. And it's Barnes in at the 3 spot.
Well, you look at John Henson, junior out of North Carolina. He's got that long, lanky 6'10" frame. Great rebounder and shot blocker. He's going to have to put some weight on. He only weighs about 220 pounds. But his defensive ability is what's really intriguing. Those long arms could cause nightmares for the offensive player.
Clock at 2. Fires, high post, and the basket by Lillard. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Orton with it. Picked up by Kidd-Gilchrist. Kidd-Gilchrist with the steal. Here's Lillard. Barnes grabs the miss. On defense, the Stars. And Henson, not just a defender. He has shown some ability offensively as well, Clark.
You know, Kevin, watching him in college last year, I thought he was one of the most improved players in the country in terms of knocking down the face-up jump shot and even adding a couple of post-up moves, too.
That one misses for Davis.
Well, when you look at Anthony Davis, the freshman out of Kentucky, there's no question he'll be the #1 overall pick. A 6'10" power forward, led the NCAA in shot blocking with almost 5 per game.
Now here's Kidd-Gilchrist. That's good from Beal on the assist from Kidd-Gilchrist.
Well, he did a nice job of getting himself into just enough of an open area to find that spot for his shot.
Orton dishes to Davis. Barnes. And it's good. When you think about the potential impact that Anthony Davis could have on a team, Clark, I mean, it's limitless.
Yeah, it really is, because he has a presence about him defensively that can impact the NBA game right now. And his offensive game is continuing to grow. I think he's a sure can't-miss prospect as there is in the draft and has been in the last 10 or 12 years.
And Marshall kicks to Orton. And stolen by Lillard. Here's Kidd-Gilchrist. Throws down the breakaway jam.
All business there, not messing around one bit. Flushed it right with one hand.
He never does, Clark. He never does.
Well, that's kind of his trademark, those slams like that one.
And it's great to see all the best and the brightest young prospects in one place, going at it 5-on-5.
Yeah, there's only so much you can really gather from shooting drills and running through cones. Nothing beats the real thing, that's for sure.
Here's Beal. There's the block. Now, here's Marshall. He's covered closely. Henson. Here's Davis. And he drops it in following the offensive rebound. Davis has got his second bucket of the game to go. And Lillard kicks to Beal. 18 feet out. The shot is off. Now the elites take it the other way. Orton with it. Picked up by Kidd-Gilchrist. The feed now to Henson. He kicks to Orton. It's blocked. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Marshall with the steal. Gives him the lead pass. And Davis throws it down.
He's short for the center position, but he makes up for it with tremendous leaping ability.
The Stars trailing. Here's Lillard. Feeds to Robinson. Passes to Beal. A 3-ball. The Stars again missing.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Here's Marshall. And the defense didn't have position. They whistle a blocking foul, and he'll go to the line.
And Kendall Marshall out of North Carolina, considered the best pure point guard in the draft, and I would agree with that. Averaged almost 10 assists a game in college, and at 6'4", has unusual size for the point guard position, and his moxie and passing ahead ability, I think, makes him special.
And I think the biggest question, Steve, for Marshall has been his lack of elite athleticism.
Yeah, quickness will be the biggest question mark for Marshall. You're right, Kevin, and it'll translate defensively, and that's the key. Can he stay in front of people? We know he can run a team. He's a beautiful passer, but can he hang in there defensively? I think that will be the telltale sign for him.
So timeout called here, the first for the Stars. The Stars trail by 3. And Lillard kicks to Beal. Here's Harkless. And he beat the buzzer, but it's no good. And so, both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Stars lead by 1. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. Welcome back as we get set to continue with the second quarter of the Rookie Showcase.
And still plenty of action ahead of us. We've only gotten started.
Yeah, plenty of time for these guys to really showcase.
The Stars trail by 5. Orton, he's in at shooting guard. Harkless is out there with Terrence Jones. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Orton in at the 1. That's the group on the floor for the elites. Here's Lamb. It's good from long range. Lamb's got 5 points so far.
And, you know, when you talk about this showcase game, the question is always, how much should GMs weigh this single game versus the player's entire body of work?
And I've sat in that chair, Clark, and I think the entire body of work is important. You can't, as a scout or GM, you can't let one game really determine your opinion of a player.
Here's Rivers. The shot goes down and he gets this game back to even. Rivers has got 4 this quarter.
You know, if their plan was to keep going inside a ton, it sure has paid off. I mean, it seems like every bucket they get is in the lane.
Well, no reason to take an outside shot if you're scoring at will from inside the paint.
And yes, sir, that one drops.
And playing in front of all these scouts, there's some pressure to that.
For most of these players, they're accustomed to the spotlight. I mean, they've been doing this for much of their young lives.
No good from Lamb. And it's the elites with the ball. Orton, the pass to Orton. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel.
And, you know, despite the number of turnovers, Kevin, they've still got the lead here.
Well, eventually, guys, you know those mistakes will come back and haunt you, so they've got to do a better job of taking care of the basketball.
Henson's checked in for the elites. Here's Rivers. He's got 14. Robinson sets a screen for Rivers. Down low, Robinson, and the layup is good. Robinson's got his second basket of the game.
No, they're just getting hammered inside and really need to find a way to be tougher down there. They got to be physical. They got to man up in there.
I agree. I mean, you look at the points they're giving up. Most of them seem to be coming inside the paint.
Orton kicks to Orton. To the paint. And that one's good. And the elites lead by 2.
They are in attack mode right now. That's 10 straight points, guys, all coming inside the paint.
And, Steve, if I'm them, I'd keep going right to the heart of that defense like they have been until they do something about it. If they don't offer resistance, take everything you can get in there.
The Stars trail by 3. Rivers with it. Pass to Kid Gilchrist. He dishes it to Zeller. And the shot is good.
Well, they keep going right back to the paint, and who can blame them? I mean, they're getting it done in there.
Yeah, 3 of their last 5 buckets, guys, have come from inside the lane area, so I'd expect them to continue to go inside right at the defense.
Orton dishes to Orton. Kicks it to Orton. Out of bounds. The Stars will take possession.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
Guys, we have seen them with a lot of good ball movement.
Well, you like the smooth operating they're showing you here. I mean, things are clicking, and more importantly, it makes them tough to defend.
Yeah, there's no agenda. I mean, the ball's just moving to whoever is open, and as a result, they've kind of developed a clicking kind of pace to their game. It's been fun to watch.
No good from Lamb.
And I think whichever team starts to dominate the glass could really take control of this game.
I won't disagree with you. I mean, it's so tight between these teams right now on the board that you're just waiting to see which team might pull away.
Marshall, he's checked in for Orton. The Stars also with the sub. Leonard, he's checked in for Zeller.
Sophomore Jeremy Lamb out of UConn, a long athletic shooting guard with a nice jump shot and a 7-foot wingspan. You know, those GMs always are looking for guys with long wingspans because it speaks to tremendous potential at the defensive end of the floor.
Here's Orton. The elites again can't hit it.
Well, I think he shouldn't have forced that one. Instead, he should have passed it off.
And Kid Gilchrist throws it down.
Great finish there, Kevin. Took it strong to the cup.
Yeah, an aggressive two-handed jam.
And that's the kind you like, especially in traffic. You got to make sure.
Henson, rebound by the Stars. Robinson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And for Jeremy Lamb, a very nice ball handler, Steve, for a player of his size.
Yeah, he's good at changing speed. He's got a nice in-between game, floaters, pull-ups. He can mix it up with some hard moves to the rim. I think the biggest question mark with Lamb is just his overall strength. And can he get where he needs to go on the court?
Plenty of pressure in a game like this to impress. He hasn't.
Now the pressure might be getting to him, but everybody's in the same boat here.
And out of bounds as the elites gain possession.
That's not what they needed there, that's for sure.
And the elites with some changes. Davis comes in for Jones. And it's Waiters in for Mr. Clutch. White, he's checked in for the Stars. Beal comes in for Lamb. The elites trailing. And a tight game here as we end the first half. The elites on top, leading by just 1. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the 3rd quarter after our halftime. And we now return to the Rookie Showcase. And plenty of scouts and GMs still in attendance for the second half.
Well, an exciting first half of basketball now in the books.
Yeah, they're really putting on a show and rising to the occasion so far.
You look around the gym, a lot of movers and shakers in attendance.
Yeah, they sure are. And if you want to be seen by an NBA front office, this is the place to be. It's just one game, and you've got their full attention.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Stars, they've got Bradley Beal. Thomas Robinson is out there with Michael Kidd Gilchrist. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Leonard in at the 5 down low. Here's Lillard for the lead. In deep, Robinson drops it in. Robinson's got his team on the board first here in the second half for the Stars.
Well, Robinson is just a physical specimen. I mean, look at those shoulders. The big thing with him is when he plays hard, when he's attacking the rim as an offensive rebounder, chasing down loose balls, he can have a major impact on the game.
Yeah, no question about it, Steve. And he'll bang with just about anybody, too. I mean, he's got a good nose for the ball. He rebounds well on both backboards. And I think he's improved as a shooter, at least out to 16 feet.
Gets it to go. Robinson's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, what can you say? I mean, he's good, and he's making sure everybody here knows it.
Well, it's been his lifelong dream to play in the NBA, and he's showing he's ready for the challenge.
Orton passes to Henson, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Henson's got 5.
Something has to change, guys. That's 10 straight points coming in the paint against this team.
Well, they got to collapse in there, and everybody's got to be conscious of it. It's a team effort in protecting the paint. Control the ball, and then everybody's got to get in there and keep the defense locked down. You know, he's making the most of this opportunity to really show what he can do.
Well, it's just one game, but you have to like the way he's responded.
And Beal kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Dishes it to Beal. All alone. Gets it to go. 11 points in the game. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Marshall dishes to Orton. He feeds it to Barnes. And that one's good. And the Elites lead by 3.
His ticket to the NBA is his great scoring ability.
He's putting it on display, guys. Getting buckets right and left.
For 3. Beal can't get it to go. Marshall passes to Orton. Now the pass to Marshall. Beal pulls it in. Beal's got his 4th rebound in this one.
You know, and the work he's been doing on the backboard, that's something to see.
And especially against this competition. I mean, he's showing he can bang down low. Very porous defense down there by the hoop. He probably should make that one.
Orton with it. Picked up by Kid Gilchrist. The jump hook. Rebounded by the Stars. Now here's Beal. He's got 11. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Lillard. Leonard. Now the dish to Lillard. Fires top of the key. And once again off the mark by the Stars.
It's been a struggle. It's not happening right now. He needs to settle down a bit and let the offense come to him a little more. He's forcing things right now.
And Marshall kicks to Davis. He kicks to Orton. 6 to shoot. The Elites need to get off a shot. He lays it in with a soft touch. And that's 12 points for Anthony Davis.
That's 5 straight hoops in the paint. What a fantastic job of attacking the rim.
Well, Steve, they're getting the looks that they want down there.
And it's the Elites with the ball. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. The feed to Barnes. Backs in. Lifts up. And that one's good. Barnes has got 19 points.
And he's a prospect that a lot of teams have really salivated over. I mean, his physical gifts, obvious.
And when GMs think upside, I mean, the best case scenario, those attributes are often a huge factor.
Lamb off a pick from Zeller. To stop the drought. Lamb, good. Lamb's got 8 points.
And defensively, remember, you got to fight through screens to avoid giving up open looks.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Steve. And the defense has to go over the top of that screen. I think that's how they get it done.
Shots good by Waiters.
And, you know, there was a time when it might have been hard to get all the top prospects in one gym together to go head-to-head.
Yeah, fortunately, those days are in the past. And for those of us who love the game, it's really such a treat to see these young players come out and compete.
Feeds to Rivers. Shoots the 3. Barnes grabs the miss. Barnes has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Orton kicks to Waiters. Gets the bucket. Waiters got 6 points in the quarter.
A great showing for him today.
Well, you know, we talked about where he's projected to go in the draft, but with performances like this, he could be on the rise.
There's 53 seconds left in the 3rd. Lamb, and the rebound goes to the Elites. Barnes has got his 4th rebound in this one.
I don't like his body language, guys, right now. He looks like he's completely out of rhythm. His team has to tighten up inside. Way too many easy hoops in the lane.
Yep, that's 5 straight buckets they've given up from the key now, and it's hurting them.
Takes the 3. Rivers can't get it to go. And it's the Elite's ball. They're on an 18-7 run. And it's Orton missing. The Stars trail by 13. Lamb dishes to Lillard. He passes to Rivers for the three. The shot is off. Here's Waiters. No good. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Elites lead by 13. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. As the fourth quarter gets rolling here, let's check out our Sprite uncontainable game. Let's go to Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, the Elites have had the uncontainable game in this one. Some games a team can catch all the breaks, and they have made the most of everything that's been given to them. Great effort so far, guys.
And thanks for that story, Doris. The Stars making a switch here. Lamb's checked in. And it's the Elites with the ball. They lead by 14. And Barnes backs in. Fades and shoots. And the shot is good. Barnes has got 21 in the game. Orton in a two-guard. John Henson out there with Anthony Davis. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's Marshall in at the one spot. That's the group on the floor for the Elites. Here's Lamb. No good. The Elites go the other way with it. Passes it to Henson. He dishes it to Orton. Pass to Marshall. To the middle. Davis working against Robinson. Takes it up. And that one's good by Davis.
Boy, they are really getting chewed up inside here. I mean, that's 8 of the last 10 points they've given up inside, in the paint.
Yeah, and the paint should be sacred ground for a defense. I mean, you can't let anybody just trot in there and get an easy bucket.
Lamb, it's blocked, and they get it back. A nice shot by Rivers.
And he's certainly turning some heads with his play thus far.
Yeah, maybe showing he's been a little overlooked, but he's been impressive here.
Here's Davis. Kicks it to Orton. Back to Davis. Dishes it to Barnes. He feeds it to Orton. He's guarded by Rivers. They shoot again. Straight up. Davis with the bucket. And the Elites lead by 18.
He will fight you down low, guys. Really battles in there. He comes up with a lot of second chance buckets.
Lillard gets the screen from Rivers. Here's Beal. Kept alive. And there's the pass to Lillard. The dish to Rivers. And the rebound goes to the Elites. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. And Marshall kicks to Henson. Orton passes to Barnes. That's good. Barnes has got 10 points in just the second half.
Boy, you can't just let a team run amok on you inside the paint like that. You got to show some fight and some force.
It's one of my favorite words, Clark, amok. They are running amok. It's time for them to start playing harder defensively.
The Stars making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. Lillard dishes to Robinson.
And this game for the players, an exciting moment.
That's right, Clark, and I'll tell you what, it doesn't get a lot of attention outside this gym, but for these young men, the importance of these games, absolutely enormous.
Barnes kicks to Orton. He kicks it to Barnes. And that one ends up out of bounds. And they retain possession. And the Elites call time here.
You know, Harrison Barnes could have been a top 5 pick back in the 2011 draft, but he's decided to return to North Carolina for his sophomore season. He was hoping to win a national championship with the Tar Heels and came close, although an injury to Kendall Marshall really kind of sidelined their plans, but still a solid career at North Carolina for Harrison Barnes.
Guys, he's really shot the ball well. It's definitely not his fault they find themselves trailing in this one.
The Elites leading by 18. Orton passes to Davis. Shoots over Leonard. And Davis gets it to go. Davis has got 10 points here in the second half. And Harrison Barnes, as you mentioned, Steve, a nice college career. Back in high school in Iowa, he was drawing comparisons to Kobe Bryant. And I don't think, obviously, he met up quite with those expectations in his short time in Chapel Hill.
Well, Kevin, that's an unfortunate comparison. Anybody putting a college player's name in the same breath as Kobe Bryant. That being said, Barnes has a chance to be pretty good with his size and skill.
Now Marshall. The feed to Orton. Feeds it to Davis. He passes to Orton. The jump hook. Here's Henson. Drops in the layup for two.
Textbook offensive rebounding right there. I love that. Those putbacks are buckets any team loves to get.
Passes it to Lillard. Pass to Rivers. From outside the arc. That is good. Rivers has got 7 points here in this quarter.
He can be dangerous from outside. Sure, he didn't get one to go in the first, but we know he can get on a roll and knock him down.
Right side Davis. Over Rivers. And Davis can't get it to go. The Stars trail by 15. And it's blocked. Second chance shot. And Leonard gets it to go. Here's the Elites with the ball. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Inside. Here's Marshall. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Kevin, nice high percentage look right there.
So it's the Stars now. And here's Rivers. He dishes it to Lillard. That one goes. Count it.
What a finish with that hoop.
The Elites leading by 13. Here's Orton. Rebound by the Stars. Rivers has got his 6th rebound on the night. Kicks it to Lillard. Makes the lead pass. Out of bounds. The Elites take possession. Kid Gilchrist is checked in for Rivers. And here we go with Kendall Marshall. And it's Orton missing.
He has not shot the ball well here, and I think it's time for him to start looking for his teammates a little bit.
Lillard dishes to Robinson. Can't connect from 13 feet out. Clark, competent play we're seeing out of him.
Yeah, no question about it. Like they say on the playground, scoreboard.
Orton kicks to Barnes. And that is good. Barnes has got 12 points in just the second half.
He's been so solid. You've got to keep him out there on the floor, really doing a nice job for the offense.
Here's Lillard. No one near him. The shot will not go.
That's a tough one there because he's wide open. That's a shot he expects to make.
Here's Henson. That's good.
And that should definitely do it. Now it's starting to get out of hand.
Yeah, they're not just running to the finish line. They're running through the finish line right here. They're piling on a bit.
Dishes to Beal. All sorts of time. Nice jump shot. Good.
Now, Kevin, this is a player who can shoot the lights out from three-point land.
And, Steve, you know what? He's not just a mindless bomber either. I mean, with him, it's about using that three-point shot effectively and strategically to stretch the defense.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. And he knocks down the first one. And the Elites with some changes. Drummond's checked in for Davis. Harkless comes in for Barnes. And Orton subbed in for Marshall. The Stars also with the sub. Rivers checked in. No good on the second free throw.
That's going to do it. I don't think they have enough time here now.
This one's in the books.
No luck. And it's the Elites with the ball. It's a 16-point game. Orton, the pass to Orton. To the inside. Harkless dishes to Orton. He feeds it to Henson. Orton with it. So it's the Elites winning this one easily.
Well, it was a fun one, but the Elites just have the better day. And they'll have a little bit of bragging rights here over the Stars as the draft gears closer.
And although this isn't a league game, you could tell each player out there wanted to win. I mean, no question about it, this was a competitive affair.
And there was no shortage of action on either side of the ball. Thanks for joining us for this broadcast of the NBA Rookie Showcase. I'm Kevin Harlan for Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. We'll see you next time.
Greetings. Nice game out there. I'm the GM of the Boston Celtics, and we have back-to-back picks at 21 and 22 in this year's draft. Before we make any selection, we like to get to know the player a little better than just their performance. Answer these as honestly as you can. We had a lot of turnover here in Boston, but are still looking to be a team that can win the title. There is a tremendous amount of pressure to win here for any player, much less a rookie. Do you feel you're prepared to step in and fill the shoes of some of the great players that have left our team in the past months?
There's no other way I would prefer it. You've had so many great players don the green here in Boston that I would just be the next step in the parade of greatness. Every era comes to an end, and by drafting me, you'd definitely be ushering in the next great Celtic hero.
Next question. Playing in Boston comes with a certain level of expectations, as well as responsibility. When you look up at the rafters and you see Russell, Parrish, McHale, and Bird, you know you have some big shoes to fill. We've had players come in and simply become overwhelmed by everything. I need to know if you can handle the pressure before we go investing millions into you.
Pressure is not a problem for me. Simple as that. My entire life I've been told I'm great. I've been told I'm the next Jordan. I don't get caught up in all that. I don't want to be the next Jordan. I want to be me. The point I'm trying to make is I'm used to pressure and expectations. I've been carrying them on my shoulders my entire life.
That's great. Those answers were music to our ears. With any luck, you'll fall to us in the draft.
Greetings. I'm the GM and Director of Player Personnel for the Rockets. We have 3 mid-round picks in the upcoming draft and are looking at you for one of those picks. We have a couple of questions to ask you before we move forward. Let's get going. It looks to me like you are a tried and true shooting guard. That is arguably our strongest position in Kevin Martin. Kevin doesn't really like to move up to the 3, but he plays it in a pinch. He's definitely our guy. We love your talents. I want to know if you've ever given any thought to perhaps playing up as a small forward.
I don't really know how to answer that. I've spent my entire life playing shooting guard. It's what I know and what I feel most comfortable doing. I'm not sitting here saying I'm closed-minded, but I need to hear from you that Coach would have patience with me while I transform my game to fit the position. If so, I'd do it for the opportunity to play for the Rockets.
Okay, last question. What do you think you'll bring to a franchise as far as marketability?
I think that's really for you guys to decide. What I'd bring to your franchise is my basketball skills and a winning attitude. Anything beyond that, that's really for your team to sort out. I like to stay focused solely on the game.
Okay then, I think we got what we needed. Appreciate you taking the time to meet with us.
Hello, I'm the general manager for the Portland Trailblazers, and I'd like to thank you for meeting with us. We have a pair of picks in the lottery at the 6th and 11th slots, and would like to ask you a few questions. This question is a tough one to ask, as there really isn't a right or wrong answer. Over the last couple of years, we've had entire seasons washed out by insurmountable injuries. As a franchise, we're becoming more conscious on injury histories and what that means for our draft picks. What can you tell us about your injury history, and more importantly, your ability to play through pain?
I mean, there isn't a whole lot to tell, but I can say that I've taken every precaution with the injuries that I have suffered. My career is way too important for me to just play on every injury I've ever gotten. I don't see that as being overprotective, just being smart about my body. I have a responsibility to not just my team, but also myself, you know?
All right then, one more. How did you feel about your game tonight? What stood out to you?
It wasn't the best game I've ever played, that's for sure. I'm often very critical of my play. I tend to focus on the things I did wrong and learn from those. I'm just not that guy that's going to gloat about the things that I did do well. My mom always told me that for every right in the world, there's a wrong. I'm trying to eliminate the wrongs from my game, you feel me?
Okay, I think we were able to get a good read into what you're all about. We'll be in touch.
Good evening and welcome to the 2012 NBA Draft. For 60 of the world's most talented and dedicated young players, tonight marks the culmination of years of hard work as their dream of playing in the NBA moves closer to reality. To all of the fans watching around the world and to those here with us tonight, thank you for joining us. And now to the task at hand. With the first pick in the 2012 NBA Draft, the New Orleans Hornets select Anthony Davis from the University of Kentucky. With the second pick in the 2012 NBA Draft, the Charlotte Bobcats select Michael Kidd Gilchrist from the University of Kentucky. With the Boston Celtics select the shooting guard from Canada,